The congestion charge is set to rise to £18 and keep increasing every year under new plans from TfL. Some central London businesses aren't happy.
It's really hard to plan for this because I don't know. I just don't know how we're going to survive. That it's not just saying it. I genuinely do not.
We'll have what you need to know about the proposed changes. Also coming up. The festivals that have been taking centre stage in a South London park despite a successful legal challenge. Plus, find out why this former firefighter is taking a round-the-world solo cycle challenge for London.
An industry expert says UK tourism is stagnating. So, how do places like the National Maritime Museum in Greenwich continue to attract visitors from overseas?
A man has been charged with attempted murder after a police officer was critically injured when he was struck by a car. PC Christopher Miller has been in hospital with life-threatening injuries since the incident in Stoke Poges in Buckinghamshire on Thursday night. Simranjit Kaljlia from Slough has also been charged with driving whilst disqualified and driving without insurance. The roof of a block of flats in Essex has been destroyed by a fire this afternoon. It happened at Imperial Way and an investigation is underway into the cause. Plans for Channel Tunnel trains to stop in Ebbsfleet up to 10 times a day have been revealed by a rail operator. Eurostar services stopped services in Kent at the beginning of the pandemic, but Gemini Trains and Uber recently announced they were teaming up to rival Eurostar, operating trains to the continent. It's believed it could be introduced by 2029. And schools run by the local authority in Surrey will have a 2-week-long half-term break in autumn next year, following a decision by the County Council after public consultations. Pupils there will have their summer holidays shortened by 5 days and the October half-term extended by a week from 2026. Good to have you with us. If you drive into central London or you're a business which relies on others who do, this could affect you, as the daily congestion charge is set to rise from £15 to £18 and keep increasing every year under new plans announced today by Transport for London. There are also changes for electric vehicles and to residents' discounts. Our political editor, Carl Mercer, has our top story.
This morning started as usual in this West End florist. But at 11 o'clock things changed and the calculator came out.
3 times 7 days times practically 7 days times 52.
Anoma was working out what today's proposals from TfL on the future of congestion charging will mean for her business.
It's going to cost us £2,800 to £3,000 per year.
The maths done, it looks like she could be paying £6,000 a year more, a grand total of around £25,000.
I don't actually know how we're going to survive. 25,000. I mean, it's not that this business is hugely profitable. It's not. It's ticking over. Does it mean that we'll go under? Does it mean I'm praying for some big contracts? But basically, it's really hard to plan for this because I don't know. I just don't know how we're going to survive. That it's not just saying it. I genuinely do not.
Here are the changes TfL is proposing. From next January, it wants to raise the daily charge from £15 to £18, a 20% rise. It's also considering raising the charge every year in line with inflation, like public transport fares.
It's the first time it's gone up in 5 years, so the increase is less than inflation. But I understand it is a significant change, but I think the other factor we've got to balance is the increasing amount of electric vehicles in central London. It's really high in central London. About 12% of vehicle kilometres are by electric vehicles, and it's going up quite a lot. So we need to do something in that space, because otherwise congestion will increase, and no one needs that in central London, more cars and more congestion.
TfL is proposing that electric vans get a 50% discount, electric cars 25%. Both were due to pay the full amount from January. And it's also planning to end the 90% discount for new residents in the zone from March 2027 unless their vehicle is electric.
These are costs that businesses have to find, pure and simple, and for many they won't know how to, so they're either going to raise their prices, look at their staff costs. Also at the same time you're seeing changes around things like national insurance, plus employment rights changes coming down the line as well. So these are going to have all added impacts on small businesses.
Businesses like this one will have until the start of August to take part in the consultation. Transport for London is expected to decide on any changes before the end of the year.
And our political editor, Carl Mercer, is with me now. So, as we heard there, a consultation. But how much could really change?
Yeah, call me an old cynic, Riz, but it's the sort of thing I'd put to Transport for London. And I said, look, I've covered a lot of consultations in my time because I'm quite old and I haven't seen many things change in many of those consultations. But Alex Williams, who we saw there, said, no. This is a genuine consultation. We'll listen. It's a big change and lots of people will have lots of different views. I think what won't change is the fact it's going to go up from 15 quid to 18 quid a day. And I think that annual rise as well will probably stay. There may be some tinkering around the edges.
And what do you make of the timing of all this?
Interesting, I think, because we've had some interesting announcements, particularly given the fact that we've got London local elections in every borough next year. So we've had Oxford Street, the mayor taking over that, unpopular in Westminster, could cost Labour votes there. We've had the announcement on building over the Greenbelt, could be bad for Labour in places like Enfield and Barnet, as will this, because it will affect people driving into town from those outer boroughs. So interesting timing, given that we've got elections next year. Expect his opponents to make the most of it.
OK. For now, Carl, thank you. Our political editor, Carl Mercer there. Well, when it comes to those proposed congestion charge changes, they've just been announced today by TfL, but you can get more information and particularly how it might affect you on our website. You can see the address there, bbc.co.uk/London, or search BBC Online. And please do get in touch if you have a question or happy to share the impact this could possibly have on you or your business. The email at the bottom of your screen as well. Just get in touch there. Hello, BBC London @bbc.co.uk. Now, festivals in a South London park took place over the bank holiday weekend, despite a successful legal challenge by a group of local residents. Thousands of people attended the events in Brockwell Park after Lambeth Council approved a new certificate to let the events go ahead. The campaigners who brought the case say they're not anti-event, but want to make sure the park is protected and accessible for people who live nearby. With more, here's our reporter, Layla Hayes.
Crowds enjoying the music in Brockwell Park this weekend. And for festival goers, there was relief that the events had gone ahead.
Art like this and events like this keep London going, keep us all together. There's too many people, we can't be all separate. It would be horrible.
It's an important thing for jobs and for the community and the music scene in London.
I think it's really nice to have a place for people to come together, see some new music, bands they like.
It's a seasonal thing, it's not here all the time, so sometimes just to enjoy, come to these kinds of things, it's not bad.
But not everyone's happy. Campaigners won a High Court challenge against Lambeth Council, arguing they never had correct planning permission. The events only went ahead after the council approved a last-minute certificate showing they were lawful.
Now, some locals call this the Great Wall of Brockwell. The festivals take place inside it. But campaigners say when it's here, local residents are unable to access large sections of the park.
Last year, heavy rain during the festivals turned the park into a sea of mud. Campaigners say large-scale events are causing the park to deteriorate.
We're not anti-festivals, but we feel that now they're at a size and scale which is unsustainable for this area of London. 1 in 3 people in this area of London don't have a garden, and so for them this park is their connection with nature, and it's so important for mental and physical health.
But others argue that cancelling the events would have huge implications.
London is known as a global hub of culture. To start to lose or erode those events and festivals that are really important to the capital will obviously have a knock-on effect, not only in terms of people, the visitor economy, people's jobs, livelihoods, creators, artists will all be impacted.
Campaigners say they're considering further legal action, but would rather the council engage with them to work something out.
It's really important that we sit down and they hear our concerns and they hear what we're saying, and we come up with some solutions together so that everyone can benefit. The festivals can go ahead, the traders can enjoy, everyone can enjoy the park as well as the people that live here.
Lambeth Council say the music events are hugely popular and bring in thousands of pounds for park investment. The campaigners say they'll keep on fighting to make sure the voices of local residents are heard. Layla Hayes, BBC London.
And now, it is fair to say that tourism is a key part of London's economy, whether that's visitors from the UK or other countries, and there is plenty to see, not least St Paul's Cathedral. So why is one industry body concerned about it? Let's find out more from Wendy Hurrell, who's in Greenwich for us this evening. Wendy, tell us more.
Hi, Riz. Yeah, well, this is a report from the World Travel and Tourism Council that says we're back. We're travelling more now than we were before the pandemic. But it is warning that the UK could miss out on a slice of the pie if the current trend continues, because visitors to the UK spent £2.3 billion less last year than in 2019. We spoke to the Vice President of the WTTC, and she told us why that might be.
What we are seeing across the world is countries investing more in travel and tourism. You're seeing emerging destinations. You're seeing, look at the Middle East, for example. Some of these destinations weren't even on the map, say 10 years ago. And now they're investing trillions in marketing and tourism and really wanting to focus that. Whereas the UK is really going backwards, slashing the Visit Britain's budget by 40%, not allowing to promote new destinations across the UK that has so much to offer, but the truth is people won't know.
Well, Greenwich, of course, has so much to offer. It's got the shops, the restaurants, the independent venues, and you've got just the masts over there. You can just see the top of Cutty Sark. You've got the National Maritime Museum. You've got the Royal Observatory over here, and the director of all of these museums is Paddy Rogers. Now, great that we're all travelling again, isn't it? How are visitor numbers here?
Well, visitor numbers are looking very strong, and they've been they've gone really well since the pandemic. Last year was a bit cold, but I'll tell you, this year it's going to be great because we've got our Pirates exhibition running, which is fantastic. We've got Ocean Court opening on World Ocean Day. So please, 7th of June, be down here. Fantastic array of festivals and things to do, and of course the wonderful observatory.
And how is it in terms of spending? Because this is such an important part of our economy, isn't it, tourism?
Absolutely. So Britain, and London in particular, has an unrivaled cultural offer. It's the big economy of Britain, and it's the one that's going to be sustainable and take us through to the future. Our visitor spend is up, and we're really pleased about that. But I think when people commit to a day out, there's so much here for them to see that, of course, along the way, they will visit cafes and shops, the market. And of course, the bulk of the money that we earn from them visiting is spent on our employees' wages, on the local economy. So it is the magic penny. It's the penny that keeps getting spent and respent. So please, those in government should see this is one of the big industries of Britain.
Absolutely. So all in all, are we optimistic for this year as we head towards the summer holidays?
I could not be more optimistic. We've had a marvellous May, and we're going to have an absolutely jubilant June, I'm sure.
And it's always sunny in Greenwich, well, normally.
It is always sunny in Greenwich.
Just not today, exactly. We could do with some well-timed fine weather now as we get through the rest of half-term and into summer. But yes, it looks like we are just bucking the trend slightly here in Greenwich. We're certainly feeling upbeat, Riz.
Yes, jubilant June. I like that. Wendy, thanks ever so much. And on that note, the weather may well help you decide whether you have indoor or outdoor plans. And if, like me, you got caught in today's rain, I'm certainly keen to know.